Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and with me today, I have brought back the lovable Casey Briggs. Casey, what is up, my friend?
How we doing? I'm excited to talk some Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah. Before we talk some Royal Rumble, I have to thank everybody who has recently subscribed. I am up to almost 110 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you all very much for checking out the content and subscribing. Keep sharing it. Tell someone else. If you like the video, leave a like and leave your thoughts and predictions down below on the subject that we're going to be talking about today, which is the Royal Rumble 2018. Me and Casey always talk the Royal Rumble every year. And I have to admit, it's one of my favorite pay-per-view events. Because so many things can happen and shake up what you're thinking is going to happen for WrestleMania. I've had really bad-looking WrestleManias turn into good WrestleManias because of this pay-per-view, and I've had good WrestleManias flip and turn into complete crap. So,
I will say it's my favorite pay-per-view of the Big Four, but it also can quickly turn into a nightmare for me because I have such high hopes for what could happen in the Rumble, and when WWE goes left when I think they should go right, I
think it's tough for them to book it today because everything can go right in a Royal Rumble match. Then all of a sudden, with one bad booking decision, like that year with Kane and Big Show knocking everybody out, I was like, "What are you doing right now? You have ruined this Royal Rumble. You were doing such a great job, and then, yep, they've ruined it." They dumped Dean Ambrose over. Like, they were just dumping lifeless bodies over the top rope of everybody's, favorite people. And I'm like, why is this happening? And why did Daniel Bryan get eliminated like the way he did? I was so mad at that.
Yep.
But Royal Rumble 2018, we're going to be positive. We're going to follow the POP, the power of positivity. New day. Anyway. But let's talk about this a little bit here. We're going to talk about the whole card, and we kind of have a format for the Rumble matches themselves. And the first thing I want to talk about, Casey, is the female Royal Rumble. This is the first time that the ladies are in the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to put a time limit on how long the show's going to go, so let's just talk about it because me and you really haven't talked about it. So we're just going to talk like we usually do. Female Royal Rumble. To me, it's the first one. You have to make a good impression here. It's kind of like the Money in the Bank. I said something similar. You only get one chance to make a first impression on this. If this comes out and it turns out to be horrible, Vince is never going to let them do this again. And to quote VA, who was part of the group, he definitely said something to me along the lines of, when have you ever seen a good female battle royal? And I sat there and I couldn't think of one battle royal that was like, wow, that was an excellent female battle royal. So what kind of hopes do you have for this at this point? I mean, this is a different format too, so
yeah, it's a little different than previous female battle royals and stuff. I like that they're doing it straight up, just like the men's Royal Rumble. I don't know, man. I think it could be good. I really do. I think it could be good. Because they understand. I think a lot of the women involved understand the importance of this. This one, like I said, it's one of the big four pay-per-views for WWE, and now that finally the women are getting their own version of the Rumble. I think the people involved understand the importance of it. So I have high hopes that they're going to take it serious and deliver.
Yeah, they have some potential to do some things here. All right, with the female Rumble, let's talk surprise entrants that you would like to see or you think could pop up. Go ahead. I'll let you start it off with that one.
Well, as I texted you, what was it, last week or the week before, something like that, about when they were talking about the female Rumble on Raw or something. I actually I brought up WWE's superstar page, and I was just scrolling through counting the women that how many women I could see on there that are going to be definitely in this, and I only came up with around 18 or 19. And so there's plenty of room here for surprise entrants. So I'm hoping they bring back. I won't steal yours. I won't steal yours, because I think I know who you might say. But I'm really hoping that we see they bring back some former female wrestlers that deserve it. Obviously, Trish Stratus. I'm hoping Lita can get in there, at least get dumped over the top rope.
And to be fair to those two, I don't think they're surprises at all. I fully expect to see Trish and Lita show up in there since they've been on programming in the past year. And
yeah, I'll say surprise. I want to see Karma show up.
Ooh, I did have her down too.
Yeah, I think, like, especially with the success of Glow recently, like she's on that. So I just think, like, it'd be nice, and she was in the male Royal Rumble before, so it'd be cool if she could be in the first ever female Royal Rumble.
I like it. For me, I have a couple other people down. I do have Michelle McCool. Would be nice to see her show back up. There have been countless times where I kept hearing Michelle McCool's going to show up, and she hasn't. But maybe we'll see her in the crowd for a Taker match or something, and no one really makes too much of it. So Michelle McCool would be nice to see her come back. Perhaps we could see a Kelly. Not that she tried to get better, but Kelly's not too bad. And I also put down Beth Phoenix.
Yeah,
just because she's from Buffalo, represent, and Ivory because of Glow, because Ivory was an original competitor in Glow, and I think that she was an excellent wrestler, never given a fair shot, and I think you can offer a chance to make some history if she still wants to get in the ring.
100%. Let's go. Molly Holly too. I want to see her in there.
Oh, I forgot Molly Holly or Mighty Molly.
Ooh, I'll go Mighty Molly.
Exactly. Yeah, Molly Holly. I always loved her too. The Molly go round, definitely one of the best female finishers that never gets enough credit, in my opinion.
Yep.
But all right, so we're gonna pick 3 different picks for this as well, and try and elaborate on them a little bit. The first one is going to be. What do you want to start with? The dark horse pick?
No. Let's just go
reverse it.
Let's just go with the like who we expect to win it. Like
all right. Who do you expect to win this then?
Unfortunately, I do expect, especially given the recent news that she officially is signed, I do expect to see, like, Ronda Rousey win it. I do. I'm not gonna be thrilled about it. Like, I get it. I get the star power that's there. But I was never even a fan of hers in UFC. Like, I get that she's a big time celebrity. I get that. But she also, for all of her celebrity, and all of her fans that she had during her UFC run, she also had plenty of detractors like myself who just didn't like her attitude, didn't like the way she carried herself. And so I feel like that, could carry over into her WWE run, especially, like, she's coming in. She's not really a wrestler. This is the first ever women's Royal Rumble, and we're going to have, a part-time, like, not real wrestler win it just to set up, like, a big money match at WrestleMania. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping that there's a way that they could still work it to set up like the four horsewomen match at WrestleMania and have someone else win the Rumble. So, but still, my pick to win it is Ronda Rousey. My.
All right. My pick to actually win, I'm going to go with the safe answer, and that is Asuka. Asuka needs this. Asuka, in my opinion, kind of has to win this. It'll shoot her credibility down if she doesn't. Asuka's in a really tough position the problem. This is the problem I have with the streak thing. You have to keep letting her win now, because now she needs to win the title, and then you have to pick who she loses to so that it's a bigger deal. And then you have to figure out how to rebuild Asuka back up without giving her too much power again to the point where she just says, well, I can't lose. I'm not going to lose. Similar to Bill Goldberg. So Asuka is my safe pick to win. I guess we'll do the who do you want to win?
Well, okay. Who do I want to win is Asuka. Excuse me. Even though I haven't been like her biggest fan. I still I want her to win because it does. I agree with you. Like, she needs it. Even though I would counter with, I think there's a way to eliminate her and still have her look badass and dominant and keep her. Because let's be honest, like WWE has a habit of saying that an elimination in a match like this doesn't really count as a loss. Especially if it takes to eliminate her, which that's what I'm saying. Like if they have it take like eight other women to take Asuka out and toss her over the top rope, like I feel like that's still a way to have her lose, but she still looks dominant and you could still keep the momentum going. But who I want to win, Asuka, just as to me, like you need to with the streak and stuff.
I also had Asuka down for that as well. I had double picks in both those spots. But Nia Jax is someone that I want to look really strong in this. She is someone who probably needs to win something like this. But I want her to look really strong. I think she's gotten a lot better in the ring, at least with taking care of her opponents. And I just like Nia Jax. There's something about her that I think is that gets the ultimate thumbs up. But I wanted to save everything else for my dark horse pick because I'm okay with Ronda Rousey winning this, but my dark horse pick is another person that I would be okay with winning this if Asuka doesn't. But I will let you go first with your dark horse pick, Casey.
Oh, you give me your dark horse pick first.
I have Becky Lynch down as my dark horse pick to win. Becky Lynch is the person that I would pick because out of the 4 horsewomen, Becky Lynch gets nothing ever. Becky Lynch, yeah, sure, she was the first female pick to SmackDown, first SmackDown Live Women's Champ, yada, 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 yada. But what is she the first of with anything? You have Sasha and Charlotte and Bayley who have all those great NXT matches. They're all mentioned in that stuff. But Becky Lynch is kind of tossed to the side. She was in a 4-way that was really good with them, and she just is lumped in with the 4 horsewomen. She's the forgotten about one. And I think this Royal Rumble could be what you give her to put her over to the next level and make her a big deal on that SmackDown brand.
Speak for yourself. As an Irishman, I don't forget my.
I'm just throwing it out there, man. I think she's forgotten about oftentimes. Like last night, I don't even remember if she was part of the show, but I also wasn't paying attention to that 6-women match because we're not even going to get into that Riot Squad Absolution crap right now. But it's just, well, what's she doing?
My dark horse is going to be a call up from NXT. Nikki Cross.
All right.
Again, kind of like what you're saying about Becky Lynch, you can sort of say the same about Nikki Cross during her run in NXT. She's routinely been one of the best performers. And I get that people like consider NXT in a slump, for a while now. But Nikki Cross has been one of the constant highlights for me in NXT over the last year or so. She is one of the best women's wrestler in all of WWE currently, in my opinion. And she's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So I just feel like it'd be a cool, I know she has a lot of fans. She has a lot of support. And I feel like it'd be a good way to put her on the map on the main roster. She comes up, boom, everyone goes crazy for her that she just debuting in the Rumble. And then holy cow, she won the Rumble. So that's my dark horse.
Sidebar real quick. You think NXT's in a slump?
Me, currently not. I personally don't, but I know that there's a lot of people that do. I know that there's plenty of people that, ever since they lost, Finn and Joe and whatnot, they're yeah, it's not the same.
See, I still think it's pretty good. I think that they've trudged through some things, but now they're starting to get back to that point again. But it's almost WrestleMania. You know what happens after that. Start over. So I'm happy though, and I definitely agree with what you said about Nikki Cross. She always shows up, but she always plays a role in the male matches for Insanity and her female storylines. So I like that pick, Nikki Cross. We'll see what happens. So we're taking you. I've got Asuka. You've got Rousey then for this.
Yeah.
All right. To give ourselves a little break talking Rumble action here, we'll go through and just run through these other matches real quick and just give our picks kind of and maybe some short thoughts on them. I got Enzo Amore versus Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight Championship. I don't really care about this feud. Tired of it. I don't know what they're doing with Enzo and this Nia Jax stuff. Taking way too long to get to the point. I got Cedric winning this.
I'll take Enzo. Yeah, I really don't. I really could not care less about this feud. It breaks my heart what they've done with the Cruiserweights. But I'll take Enzo just because I think they're biding their time for something else.
Yeah. We got next SmackDown Live tag titles, Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I like the team of Chad and Shelton. I feel like they're not given enough credit. And I kind of like what they're doing on the microphone. Chad's showing me something here, and Shelton's just kind of along for the ride at this point. And the Usos, I think due to that DUI that one of them just got, I think it's time to take the titles off of them. I don't want to get too much into the Rich Swann stuff and how people are going to say people are in trouble for that, but this is okay. And they show up on TV for that. Whatever. I'm not going to get into it too deep, but I think we're going to see new SmackDown Live tag team champions in that match.
I agree. I got Gable and Benjamin.
It seems like they've been trying to force the titles on them. And let me go back to SmackDown Live, too, when they fought them and you thought they won the belts on the first show of the year. What a garbage time to go and do a decision reversal. You finally paid attention to who's the right guy in the tag match this match? God forbid if you go back and watch any Attitude Era matches. Holy smokes. Who's the legal man? Nah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, or early Uso matches or Bella Twin matches. Like
with the illegal tags, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's good. Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane for the Universal title.
Right. This is the real meat of the pay-per-view right here. This triple threat match for the Universal Championship is what this Royal Rumble pay-per-view is all about. Okay? This is what it's all been leading up to. Anything that happens after this match, anything that happens before this match, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is what it's all about right here. Braun Strowman versus Kane versus Brock Lesnar.
All right. Well, we know who doesn't belong.
Exactly. Get out of here, Braun Strowman.
Yeah, right. He probably should. He should probably win the belt. But the problem is that you've built this up with Brock so much that you can't just take the belt off of Brock.
I agree. I feel like the safe answer is to say that Brock's going to win. However, isn't the next pay-per-view, isn't it a Raw pay-per-view?
Correct. Or there's an Elimination Chamber that's a Raw show. I don't know when it is.
Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna take Braun Strowman to win it, and then they have a rematch, him and Brock, and that's where Brock gets it back. Boom. I'm admitting that it's the safe bet is Brock Lesnar retains here at the Rumble, but I just want to get a little crazy. Okay, I just want to get a little crazy. Braun Strowman wins.
For my Royal Rumble stat, guys, I think this may be the first Rumble where Kane doesn't appear. Hopefully he shows up. I just want him to make another appearance just so that he can keep a record in there. Because I thought it was cool that he had the most eliminations in one Rumble, and then they took that away from him just to put Roman over. Ooh. So, well, what do we got? The other tag match, Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan, the elite tag team that they are, versus Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar.
Absolutely.
I've grown to love them. I don't know why. I just like that tag team. More so because of Cesaro, though. But
hey, you know what? Sheamus, from when he came back out, like during the main event on Raw, stop gelling the mohawk off. He looked way cooler with it just down and like like just natural, like going backwards. He looks so much cooler. Just rock it like that, Sheamus. You would not get so many "you look stupid" chants.
He maybe he's trying to get the heat though. I don't know. Who do you have winning this? Where do you see them going? Oh, and another thing. Shout outs to whoever let Seth Rollins do the curb stomp again. Holy smokes. It was like he's special again.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Keep him doing that, because I'll be honest with you, we don't have that many, like, I can't think of that many like great finishers in WWE currently, and the curb stomp's one of them. It looks cool. It looks like it would like knock you out. Like, let him keep it.
Who do you got for this?
I got the Champs retaining in this one.
Really?
I do, but I think that they're still trying to play out a certain story with Seth Rollins, and so I feel like they're going to keep the belts.
All right, I'm going to say the same thing, just to agree with you on that. I don't know where they're going with this, but they've had a long-term plan, and they're going to interweave this somehow, the way I see it.
You know what I want to say? I want to take a moment here to heap some praise on someone. Okay? Can I do that?
Go ahead.
Jason Jordan deserves all the praise in the world for this run he's been having. I get that people like to rag on him, and the whole Kurt Angle's your dad thing didn't really like work out, but he is playing the role to perfection. People are like, well, he's annoying. He's supposed to be annoying. He's supposed to be the entitled, smarmy, douchey guy that like no one wants around. But like he gets in the ring and he can actually hang. Like, that's the point of his character, and he's just playing it to absolute perfection currently. So hats off to Jason Jordan. Crap that fans give you.
I agree. Jason Jordan came off bad in the beginning, but you know what? I like it now. And I saw that this is where this was going. And then we get to this triple threat match. Or I'm sorry, it's not a triple threat. It's a handicap match. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't know what they're going to pull out here, but I think we're going to start seeing the beginnings of the Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan storyline begin to play out here. I'm taking AJ #1 to retain. How, I don't know, but I think it's going to have something to do with those guys interfering.
I don't know, man. I'm going to go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn becoming the first ever co-WWE champions.
Oh, you've got some gall. Because, all right, I guess real quick, let's just talk about this storyline real quick. Where do you see
like belts that interlock too for them? Can we get to like they each have half of the belt? Can we get that?
Oh God, not that Lay Cool stuff. Oh man, Michelle McCool and Layla are taking over the show.
Do you have any idea how great? Do you have any idea how great? Speaking of like douchey, smarmy characters, do you have any idea how amazing it would be for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to come out with like those two halves of the championship belt? Like, they would own it. They would be amazing.
I would see annoyance written all over that. And Sami Zayn, another great heel. I didn't know how he would do it at first, because I think he's a great babyface. He is a great heel. Just his mannerisms and the way he moves, I'm like, I want to punch him in the face so bad right now.
Like, if that was like a guy dances, like face and stuff, like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You know what it makes me think of? This is gonna be a local joke, guys, so you may not get it, but Thursday in the Square, just some of the people down there back in the day, like, get out of my face right now. Yep. But this storyline, like I said, where do you see it going as far as, all right, like the end game to me, I wrote this on Twitter, and some people agreed. Some people were like, oh, I think you're way off. I think that Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon are going to come together and become one if they let this match happen. #1, let me ask you this. Is Daniel Bryan wrestling, Casey? I hope that you have an idea that he can do this, because
I believe that WWE already knows that he's going to wrestle for them again. I think they just aren't announcing it. They're still maintaining the line that no, he can't, we're not okaying him, just so that when he does, it's a bigger surprise. But I believe that he's already been clear. I believe that he's all good to go. They're just maintaining. They're they're keeping it top secret. Because otherwise, why do this? Otherwise, what's the point of this? Like,
now, but do you go the route of, see, I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan and Shane versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania as a tag match. Whether it's their power, like they're both going to say, whoop, I'm putting my spot on the line, you put your spot on the line, and these two can run the show then if they beat us, since they know how to do it so much better than we can. And maybe you have it where they take them out and they run it for a week and they're like, it was a great show, see? Ah. And maybe they book a bunch of crap matches or whatever. That's how I see it going. What do you see though from this?
I could see that. Well, now that you mention that, I see that, but I'm hoping that they maintain like I want to see Daniel Bryan join up with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and basically the three of them versus Shane, and so basically, yeah, I don't know, but yours makes more sense. Daniel Bryan getting in the ring with Shane versus. Yeah,
I'm saying it's safer for Bryan for why you took him out. You're in a tag match. You're going to be fine. We want you to try your new style, whatever he's been working on out on these guys, and go in there and do your thing. That way, while everyone thought we were going to break up, we swerved them, and we're actually united. SmackDown's in a safe spot. It's still where we started it was going to be. It's the land of opportunity. You can start that next week, right after the WrestleMania show. Right back to this is the land of opportunity. We're going to shake things up. Boop, 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 boop. Move forward.
Yeah, but they would have to make it the land of opportunity again because it hasn't been that in a while. And Shane
there's a different head writer. I don't want to say his name. Oh, you didn't know? But just throwing it out there.
Shane is a terrible character at this point. He's the bad guy in this feud. And if you don't see that he's the bad guy, then something's wrong with you. Because he is absolutely the bad guy in this feud. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I get that. And that's what annoys me about WWE writing a lot of the times. Not just this feud, it happens all the time. But a character is made to be the heel when they're not really the heel. But yet we always have to, even though people see that, we still have to tune in every week and see them be treated like the heel when they're not the heel. And the face treated like the face, even though they're the bad guy. And that's what's happening with this feud. Shane is absolutely, and that's why I loved it several weeks ago, like over a month, when Daniel Bryan was on commentary with Byron Saxton and literally just ripped into him, like ripped into Byron Saxton, because Byron Saxton just playing the old stupid, like, I gotta support Shane McMahon because he's the good guy and I'm a good guy commentator and even though it's all stupid and ass backwards, I have to keep supporting him and say that he's a great guy. And Daniel Bryan's like, how is he a great? Like, no, you're absolutely making no sense right now. You sound like an idiot. Like, I loved that because that was real.
Absolutely.
So I'm still maintaining Owens and Zayn win co-champions. I want the Lay Cool belt, and I'm hoping that Daniel Bryan turns heel in the process.
If that happens, we could see some different things then for the Royal Rumble, which is the segue onto this next one. The main event, the granddaddy of them all, the big 30-man Royal Rumble. Casey, if I ever asked you...
Whoa. We already talked about the main event. I told you, Braun Strowman, Kane, and Brock Lesnar is the main event. Anything before and after doesn't really matter.
That's going to be a big hell no for me. The big 30-man Royal Rumble, Casey. Have I ever asked you what your favorite Royal Rumble is?
My favorite?
Yeah, favorite Rumble match.
Oh, God. I love, what was it, 92, Ric Flair winning the title.
That is my favorite.
I absolutely love that one. It was well done. Had some big names in it because it was for the title. That's the one that's coming to mind right now. There's a few though that I like. I enjoyed.
I love 94. It's got a little special place in my heart. Luger, Brett, double both going over. As a kid, I'm sitting there like, who won? Who's the winner? Whose feet touch first? And then they're playing the music back and forth to play me. Then the next year you had the Shawn and the 1 foot. That was another classic where I thought the British Bulldog had won. I'm like, oh, Bulldog won. That's pretty cool. Then all of a sudden, Shawn Michaels knocks him over the top, and I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, I would say that. What year was it that the Cena and Batista tie?
05.
05. I would say that if I get that it wasn't meant to happen, but they should have at least let it go on for a few minutes when they restarted it.
Yeah.
But if they had gone on for a few minutes and then Batista, that would have been classic because of the confusion. Vince comes out, rips his quads, tells him to restart it.
That's the best part. That's what ruined it for me. Vince came out and ruined it. Like, what?
He's just sitting there on the mat yelling at them. But it's classic, man. Like an unplanned moment made it a classic and made it a memory.
Another one that I love is 04 with He Who We Shall Not Speak Of. I think that is one of my favorites because I did not expect that to happen. I was in high school and I remember I wonder who's going to win this one. I'm like, I have no idea who's going to win this. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, that was this pretty sweet elimination for the ending and how it all happened.
We didn't say his name. Chris Jericho dedicated stuff to him. So
Chris Benoit, yeah, and forget the fans who wanted to complain about that. That's his friend, man, at the end of the day. Of course he's not idolizing him. He's just like, dude, that's my friend. This is for you, man, because we were over here together.
And he had a big impact on Jericho's career and stuff. It is what it is.
Yeah. And then the last good one that I honestly will say that I liked was probably 09 with Orton. That was a good storyline, I felt, with the whole Vince punt kick and everything else. But forget all those. Let's talk about the 2018 Royal Rumble, guys. Casey, let's start it off with the surprise entrance. Who do you think could show up in this one? Now, this should be pretty interesting for the names that we come up with for this.
Surprise entrance for the male Rumble. I think there's going to be a couple NXT call-ups.
At least one.
But as far as someone coming back or something, I'll say it right now. I would love it not even coming back. Just I would love for some way for it to play out. It's not going to, but I would love to see Kenny Omega show up. I'm just gonna say that every Royal Rumble until it happens. And I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm just saying I wish it would. I wish it could. I will say old timer. We're gonna get an old timer. Probably someone we'll probably get a Diesel or something again showing up. He's gonna be around. He's supposed to be showing up next week for Raw's 25th anniversary. So
which has been better built than this show.
Yeah, 100%. I'll say Diesel will probably show up in the Rumble. I would love, who I'd love to see every year. I want to see a Doink appearance. If we're bringing back older characters, let me see Doink in the Rumble, please. I loved Doink when I was a kid.
Yeah, we'll have a bunch of names that'll show up, and maybe they could work something out. I wrote down a bunch of different names, just that I was throwing stuff at a wall, and I was like, who's not under contract and who haven't we seen in a while? I wrote down Ken Kennedy. How cool would it be just to hear Mr. Kennedy?
That would be awesome.
Wait for it. Kennedy. And I would love to see him. And with every time I think of him, I also think of MVP. He was the guy that I liked just based off of his work and everything else that he did while he was in WWE. And I thought he was someone who could have been told a great story as to he came from nothing to something, went down to nothing again. Then I won the WWE championship. Boom. But it would be nice to see him come back. Carlito. I often say his name just because I thought he was a great performer. And it'd be good just to see him try. You could get Chavo Guerrero.
Do we need him, though?
Not at all. But I'm just saying, if you wanted a surprise to have a surprise. Rey Mysterio, I believe he's possibly in some deals. Batista.
Yeah, he's been talking about wanting to come back and stuff. He's got a big movie coming out. Needs to promote it. Needs for WWE loves latching onto that.
Al Snow is someone that I think I wouldn't mind seeing him come back. You know, make an appearance with Head. He still wrestles on the independent scene. And last but not two more, Ricochet.
I was just going to say Ricochet, like especially because he's at the Performance Center, so he's working out and stuff. Like 100%, he could pop up in the Rumble.
Yeah, let him go out there, just do some amazing stuff. He's good. I like him, especially from watching him at Lucha Underground. He is Prince Puma, if you did not know. And Daniel Bryan was another name that I had written down. If you did want to go the route, like you said, of the handicap match and they win, Daniel Bryan wins and he can do whatever he wants with the match. Maybe he says, I want to win the belts back. Shane, I need you in my corner. You can play it that way too. There's a bunch of options that you have with depending on what you want to do with that stuff. But Casey, let's get into the who do you want to win this Royal Rumble this year?
Who do I want to win?
Or you know what? Let's do. Who do you think will win?
All right. Who do I think will win first? I think they're still gunning for the Roman Reigns versus Brock at WrestleMania for the Universal title. So I think it'd be smarter to have a SmackDown guy win, so that it's still a little more surprising. So I think Shinsuke is going to win.
All right. This is going to be really bad. I also have Shinsuke Nakamura down for who I think is going to win.
Hey, man, great minds. Great minds.
We're right here. Who do you want to win?
Again, sticking with the someone from SmackDown and stuff, I'm going with my man, Bobby Roode. I want Bobby Roode to win. I told you after the last pay-per-view won the U.S. Championship, I told you, I was like, you know what? That's the smart move. Let Bobby Roode move up. Like he's an older dude. He doesn't have a lot of time. Like he doesn't have like all the years in the world ahead of him to make this happen. So move him into the main title picture. And then I was devastated when they were like, nope, he's roped right back into this U.S. title tournament. I was like, damn it. But yeah, I want Bobby Roode. That's who I want to win, Bobby Roode.
I'm going to stick with the same thing with Asuka. I want Shinsuke Nakamura to win. No, at all costs. I think Nakamura is the guy. I want Nakamura versus AJ. I'm telling you, Vince, I want Nakamura versus AJ. I want the Wrestle Kingdom matchup. For what you did to him with that Jinder Mahal crap, I was so mad that he lost to him. And it made Nakamura look like garbage to lose to Jinder Mahal. I'm sorry to say it, but that was complete trash. And now Jinder Mahal can't beat Bobby Roode. So now all is right with the world, and I give it the big thumbs up. So those are my two, along with yours. So I got Nakamura, and you said you're taking Nakamura as well?
Well, I said I want Bobby Roode. I want Bobby Roode to win. I think Shinsuke is going to win. I want Bobby Roode to win.
Okay. And your dark horse pick. I had to mull over this for quite some time.
Yeah, so did I. Obviously, my dark horse pick is going to go against who I picked in the WWE title match. Because obviously I said AJ's going to lose. But actually all these picks I'm making for the Royal Rumble are based on AJ still having that belt for WrestleMania. Finn Balor. I know that they're starting stuff with Anderson and Gallows on Raw. Finally. Took you forever. Way too long. But I just think, like, he wins, goes over to SmackDown. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go challenge AJ. And somehow find a way to take Anderson and Gallows with him. Move them over to SmackDown. And, yeah, I think it'd be awesome. They have history. There's a story there. So Finn Balor, my dark horse.
Okay. My dark horse pick, I had a couple that I had written down just in case you took one of them to go with this other one. I'm going to go with Neville. Neville has been forgotten about for quite some time. What deal would it be if Neville comes out at number 27, we'll say, or 29? Neville comes out there, cleans house. I think you'd have to do like a little bit of an underdog storyline with him in there, and Neville gets the big victory. Neville comes back and he says that he was tired of being mistreated. He walked away on purpose so that they would give him what he wanted in the Rumble. He was given a high pick by whichever brand it may be. Maybe the SmackDown brand promised him a high pick during all this turmoil and the contract disputes. It was perfect that Owens and all them were arguing. Boom, he comes in, takes over, and now he says, I'm challenging AJ for the belt. AJ, you've never faced a competitor like me. Maybe they've never fought each other, which I don't think they have, that I can think of in my brain. But then you have those two go at it, and I think that would be an amazing match because Neville can do so much, and he's a great seller, and same with AJ. AJ, you know what he can produce in that ring.
Dude, that match would be awesome.
Yeah. I threw that one out there. I also had Dolph Ziggler as another person that you could tell a story with. I'm just thinking storyline-wise with the wild card picks that you could.
Go do your stand-up.
Wow, come on. Have a heart. I'm trying to be interested in them for this last run here. I hope.
Yeah. But yeah. Rusev maybe. I wouldn't mind seeing Rusev in the main title picture.
Only if Aiden English gets to announce him at WrestleMania then.
100%. 100%.
Aiden English is my breakout star for the SmackDown brand. I did not think he was going to be that good. And Mojo too. Very shocking to how well they have done.
Yeah.
Casey, you got any shout outs you'd like to give before we wrap this show up?
Any shout outs? I just want to say I talked to actor Josh Segarra over the weekend at Comic-Con up in Portland. Huge wrestling fan. He's on Arrow, for those of you who don't know. He was on Arrow last season. He's awesome, one of the nicest dudes, and a huge wrestling fan. So look him up, people. He's the man.
Casey, you're going to have to make sure you send him a tweet with this in it. Tell him you mentioned him.
Will do.
Also, I did start up a Everything Pro Wrestling Facebook page where I'm going to start posting some of the videos at as well, just to have a page. There's not really too many comments or anything going to be shared on there but these videos. Hoping to get merchandise, stuff like that up there eventually. So any support you guys can give the page, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you just leave a like and follow it. Casey, thank you for coming on once again. And very special thanks to the IWC Wrestling Aminu app. They have been sharing all my content and videos, helping me get more views. So I greatly appreciate them. Make sure you download that app if you can. And that is it. We are out. Make sure you leave your thoughts and comments down below with who do you think is going to win the Royal Rumble. Tell us something about the Royal Rumble in the comments below. What's your favorite? What do you think? Who's going to win? What surprise entrance do you want to show up? If you like the video, leave a like. Comment down below. We are out.
Screw John Cena.